Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. This is going to be Nicholai build. Best build I've found so far for him. I honestly don't think he can get any better than this. Now, there's the like a variation you can do to this. I mean, both are like really good, but I honestly just feel like this that I'm going to show you is the best one. So, for the first skill here, we're using Extermination for Nemesis. So he gets the invincibility shield. The second one, I tried the other ones. This works the best. Is the tracking rounds. So anything they get hit by is gonna mark them. This is good because we're gonna be using the immobilizing rounds a lot and things like the air cannon. So those two, those also mark, even though they don't fire like bullets per se. And that's good because we're gonna get a lot of damage out of this marking. So it's good that they are always marked. And finally, the third skill here is gonna be the firearm efficiency, so we can get one less cost on the guns. Now, the variation to this would be using the increased ammo and duration, but you know, I mean, they can both work, honestly. But it's just that I don't know. I felt like this is just more efficient, you know. Funny enough by the name, but you see, I'll explain it better when we get to the gameplay. Okay, so yeah, we're using the discount here. Now, we're using this mod, absolutely, the Auto Shield mod, so you can get shields when you activate something in your camera. This is pretty much mandatory. And I'm just using this. I wouldn't like to not use any of this, honestly, but I'm just using this one because, you know, out of these three is the best one. This like does a lot of damage, but if you miss, you completely wasted all your energy there, so it's kind of dumb. And you know, it's pretty easy to miss with how small the hitboxes are for the survivors. This trap is stupid. No good survivor is going to step on it, and it's pretty expensive too, considering Nicholai has it's not very good on energy. And this is actually very good, the tactical shields, but the problem is that it stops your energy for like I think it's like 10 seconds. It's way too much. So you know, it's not worth it. I think. If it was like 5 seconds something like that, it could be worth it. But I think it's like 10 or 15 seconds. It's way too much time without energy. So not good at all. So that's why we're using this, and we're also using the discount. So at least it's gonna make this a little cheaper, you know. And it does put a lot of work, the automatic machine gun. So it might actually help us eventually. So for that reason, you know, the best option out of these. Now moving on to the equipment, we're gonna be using the modified gear 2, sorry. So we can set up the guns faster. This is pretty much mandatory as well. Durability 3, this is mandatory as well because Jen has a build that she can one-shot your cameras. So if you're not using this, you're essentially not you're essentially gonna be unplayable once you get a Jen that's using that build because she's gonna one-shot everything. You literally won't even be able to use your camera. So it's just completely broken. So you need to have this just to counter that. She's still gonna do like a shit ton of damage. She does like 90% damage on your camera pretty much, even if you're using this. You know, so you can imagine without using this. So even with this, she already does like a 90% damage with one shot if she's using the high den or the lightning hawk or something like that. So it's pretty broken. So you definitely need something to counter that, or it just makes cameras unplayable in general. And cameras is just like everything you have essentially. Everything comes out of cameras. For that reason as well, we're gonna be using this on top of this, which is the water cooler radiators, so we can get even more. It would be the same as using this thing here, but the difference is that we get more bonuses. You know, we get the faster recovery there as well, which is, you know, it's not really a big deal, but you might as well use it. So it greatly decreases the recovery time. This is when like they shoot your camera and the camera loses health. It takes a few seconds for the camera to go back to, you know, without getting destroyed, it lose health. It takes some time to get back to 100. This is going to decrease that time for it to go back to start recovering the health again without being destroyed. So yeah, we get 2 bonuses here plus the increase moderately for the durability, but this is mainly for the durability as you see. And we have cooling fan because this is pretty much mandatory as well, because by increasing the durability here, you're essentially increasing the health of the camera. However, the recovery speed of the camera once it's destroyed, it is tied to the health. So let's say it recovers like 1 point of health per second. If you have like 20 health, it's going to take 20 seconds, you know what I mean? So if you have 10 seconds of health, it's going to take 10 seconds. So it's increasing the time it takes to recover as you are using more durability. So this is why it's actually mandatory that we use cooling fan to counter that, so it doesn't take like forever to destroy your camera. Recover your camera, because Jen has powers that she can still destroy your camera without shooting anything like that. So you definitely need something to make it go back. You know, and even though you're using this much durability, obviously it's not going to be invincible, so it's going to be destroyed. So for that reason, cooling fan is kind of mandatory, because otherwise, like, you could even go more. Like, this would be kind of overkill. But the problem with it, this is really good. But the problem with this is that once it gets destroyed, it's just gonna take forever to come back. So you essentially lost like the entire camera for the action there. So that's why cooling fan is a better call here. So these are the equipments. And moving on to the deck here. Now, the clone deck, I don't think I have it here. Yeah. But the one that I said, the variation, this is the discount variation. The one that you use the extra ammo, I think instead of using quick draw, I usually use something like a discount, you know. But anyway, I'll show you the discount. I think it's better. Okay. But this is really the deck. Is pretty simple, honestly. It's pretty straightforward. It's just like all the guns essentially, except for the automatic one. And on top of that, we're gonna have the efficiency fire mod, and these two, of course, the mobilizer on the air cannon, and the shield that's gonna help us, and the quick draw and the clone as well. The clone here is kind of random. It's mostly just so we can because I cannot put it. I don't want to use this one because it's kind of dumb, the automatic one. So the clone allows me to use another firearm without having to use something or a syringe, you know, because it's just so I have another firearm card, essentially. That's why I have the clone there. And because it does help. Sometimes like you want to, being able to do something like twice in a row, it actually makes a lot of difference. So for that reason alone, the clone is there. But it's more like in a random sense, you know, just so I can have another firearm card without having to use like a creature or something dumb here that is not going to help me at all. Now the quick draw is not random at all, and it's actually pretty key to the build here, because we're going to be using the quick draw to rotate, and so that we can get these two more often, and that is pretty crucial to the strategy. So yeah, that's the build. Now let's get to the gameplay. Yo, okay, so here we are. First match here. I think it's prison right there. Man, this build is honestly maybe one of the strongest in the game. I'm not gonna lie. To an extent, it might be even stronger than the Alex Trap build. I don't know, man. It just feels like there's very little you can do, especially on Area 2. Area 2. Feels like there's very little you can do against this build. But yeah, let's see. So like I mentioned, we have a discount, so pretty much everything is going to be very cheap, right? This allows us to use the machine gun and the high caliber rifle a lot more often, especially when we combo with the what's it called, the immobilizing round like this. When they're you see like right there, we can get hits, kills. That's because of the tracking. So this is why we're using the tracking rounds. Now in this match in particular, I was testing the other variation, which is the one that they got tracked when they're below 75% health. But after this test right here, I could already see that it's not worth it. Like, using the tracking rounds is much better, because usually they're gonna use herbs to heal themselves, and then you just lose the tracking. So it's kind of pointless that way. I much rather use the tracking round, which guarantees they're gonna be tracked for a certain amount of time, like a minute or so. You see, like right there, she would have been tracked from that shot. So definitely, I think the tracking round is better. And you see how we're already using the shield as well sometimes here to help us. And notice how low he's on health. Like, it's really good, man. This because we can easily use the high caliber and the machine gun. It makes it so they're constantly taking a lot of damage, you know, because those weapons do a lot. They hit very hard, especially when they're immobilized like this. You see right there, she's already on red. You see how like everyone's like low in health? It's like, it's so like, how can I say, like, it's very obnoxious maybe is the word. It's just like there's a lot of pressure to them, you know. It's really hard for them. And this is how you combo with the air cannon as well. You use the air cannon and then you shoot them as they're getting up. I didn't mention so far, but the reason why we're using quick draw is so we can cycle the things to get either the air cannon or the immobilizing rounds, which is we're gonna be using those two to combo with the other guns, especially the hard hitting ones. So you see, right, I didn't have to, but right there you see that I kind of used randomly the machine gun. Usually it's always best when you re-roll like that. So now I have the combo there. As you can see, I have the I have the air cannon with the high caliber. You see, I used the energy there because I was planning on using the air cannon with the high caliber, but she got to the next round before I could. But and you see, but just notice like it's very heavy on them. Like they're always losing a lot of health. You see, like Martin for example, and back of that, they don't have any more herbs. So like if I were to focus on them, they would, go down like every time essentially. Like all the time they would be going down because they're out of herbs. So this build is really good for that reason because you're just spamming everything. Like so they're wasting a lot of time because you're just constantly shooting them. But it's also very aggressive in the sense that you're killing them a lot because of these two weapons and the fact that you are constantly comboing shit like this. You're always comboing the card, so it pretty much guarantees that they cannot escape it, and they usually will always go down from every time you combo this. And once you have the shield, like when I get two like this, it becomes even harder. Like you see, like now it becomes kind of impossible for them to destroy my camera, as you're going to see. Especially if they don't have a gen. If they don't have a gen, man, honestly you have already won the game before it has even begun. If they don't have a gen with this build, it's pretty crazy. But you see the time, like they lose so much time from getting shot constantly. It's just crazy. And remember, Martin was kind of out of herbs, so you see right now he kind of doesn't have anymore. He probably didn't buy too much from the chest there. So you see, I should have used the air cannon here, but I could have easily used the air cannon there and then shot it with the machine gun. It should probably go down. I fucked up there, but what you want to be doing is cycling the cards. You don't want to be standing like that. I'm gonna show it better here. You see how every time I use something, the mod gives me the shield. So it does not only give me the shield, but it also recovers my entire health of the camera. So because I have that much durability, it's already super hard for them to get the health that low. And the fact that I recover everything to 100% every time I use a card, it just makes it essentially invincible. As you see right there, you see from using this card, I have already recovered my full health on the camera. And she's still shooting, as you can see. But now, again, I recover 100%. She has to shoot it all again. It's like it's just kind of broken. I'm not gonna lie. If they don't have a gen, it's literally game over, man. There's nothing they can do. And you can still use what's the name? Nemesis on top of all of this, as you can see right there, with the extermination. So it's really tough. Now the other variation with the ammo, it isn't necessarily that bad in the energy because the ammo also gives you 6 shots on the energy leech rifle. So that helps you keep up your energy high, but and you also get 2 ammo for the immobilizer rounds and the air cannon. But I just noticed that it really didn't make that much of a difference. I might as well just use one and be able to use the machine gun and the higher caliber rifle more often. As you see right there, it makes a huge difference on the pressure as they're constantly low on health and things like that. So and they're constantly going down. I'm telling you, I think there's probably a few games where you're gonna see that, but it's not uncommon at all. They're gonna go like down. They're gonna go down like 3-4 times on area 1. Area 1 especially because it's when they have the least amount of resources. So it's the best time for you to really apply heavy pressure to them in terms of damage and things of that nature. They don't have their powers ready, recharged yet. So you see again, I can combo. Notice how I'm trying to headshot here. This is kind of crucial. You see, because of that headshot, she died in 3 shots only. Even though I'm not using any type of increased damage on the gun. And you see what I mean? Like, it's crazy, man. Like, they're already dead, like 2 people down. It's like, and look at the time as well. It's already like on 2 and they start with 5 minutes. They're already on 2.5. So, and you see, this is how you combo. You shoot them as they're getting up. I missed a shot there, but you can easily get 2 shots before they get up. Guaranteed, if you aim properly. And again, we're using the quick draw to mobilize them, so you can shoot them while they're and you see that's why the clone, like I mentioned on the intro there as well. Sometimes you can clone this card, the energy leech rifle, and that will really get your energy pretty high. So again, you never want to randomly spawn the guns. It's really just go for the quick draw if you don't have anything to stun them with, because anything at all that you combo with the stun is gonna be worth more than just randomly using the gun and shooting them. So I see that Martin is alone there, so I'm gonna try to focus on him. I was a bit too late there, so now the door's in the way. So this is a really hard shot. Kind of a waste there. Again, always combo there. He kind of fell out of angle there, but Saw the idea again. Always combo, always combo. It's all about using the air cannon. I see a headshot there again. 530 damage for a headshot. And I'm telling you, these guns, the high caliber ones, make a, and the machine gun, they completely changed the build. And the energy as well. The fact that they're so cheap, I can constantly be using them. It's a game changer, you know. Plus with the tracking rounds, it gets so good. Like the damage is so high. I mean, especially on Area 2, if you're playing like a SWAT team on Area 2, they're probably gonna have a gen and things like that. So it's not gonna be that easy to just keep your camera up all the time, like you saw me doing a little earlier. But still, because of the high damage, like you're constantly using cards because of the discount, and you're constantly taking high damage off them on that Area 2 when they're trying to do the terminal. It's pretty. Usually, it happens that the person with the card is eventually gonna run out of health of herb from you shooting them so much with the high damage, and you can just and you know essentially they're gonna eventually go down often, you know. So not only are you stopping them from doing the terminal, but you're also downing them, which you know it just makes everything just a lot worse for them. So again, you see the shield. The shield is very important too. So you see, you can shoot them as they're opening the doors too. You can get a lot of damage out of that. You see right there from one use, even though I don't have the increased ammo, you see how much damage you can do. Like it's not like you need the increased ammo. You know, it's just the fact that you're just comboing with the stuns and everything. It just already covers it. You know, that's why I don't think the increased ammo is really the best call here. The discount, it just seems like way better. I tried a headshot there. You see how everyone's dead already. This build is pretty crazy. Now I was not able to record, I guess, the SWAT team, or maybe I remember playing a SWAT team with this build, I believe, but I guess I maybe didn't record it. I don't know. But you can see like it's so hard, especially on Area 1. It's pretty hard for them because of they have very little resources. So it's really not uncommon that you're gonna win the game on Area 1 with this build. And then when you get to Area 2, you essentially have kind of a a really unstoppable camera there with the mod. So it just goes to another level, and you have Nemesis too. But I guess this is the build. It's not too long of a video, but I mean it's pretty clear how strong. Try the build, you're gonna see how strong it is. And yeah, this is the video. See you guys in the next one. Take care.